Welcome to CP24 tonight. Criminal defense lawyer Howard Morton and Alok Mukherjee, former chair of the Toronto Police Services Board from 2005 until he retired in July 2015. We appreciate both of you making time for CP24 tonight. Howard, can you explain what you expect to come out of this complaint?
Well, what we expect, and perhaps it's just a hope, is that the Commission, the Ontario Civilian Police Commission, will make a decision to investigate the complaint. They have the authority to do a thorough investigation and make findings at the end of that. I have not heard anything back from the Commission apart from an auto reply saying that they got our complaint.
So, Alok, as former chair of the TPSB, what are your thoughts on the conduct that we're talking about here that's been flagged?
Well, I think there's a problem. The mayor may have considered that he was speaking as the mayor of the city and not as a member of the Police Services Board. But the fact is, and the Ontario Civilian Police Commission and its predecessor have made it clear in decision after decision that once you are a member of the Police Services Board, you are bound by the code of conduct and the oath of office required of every single member of the Police Services Board. It does not matter whether you are the mayor or another prominent person. You cannot separate your membership of the board from that. In this case, the mayor may have wanted genuinely to express his sorrow on the death of Constable Northrop, but then he proceeded to make a significant, serious comment on the criminal justice system and the right of people to have bail. If he considers it to be a serious policy issue, the proper course would have been for him to raise it at the Police Services Board for a proper, thorough research, gathering of statistics, etc., and turned it into a proper police board-led policy matter. He chose not to do that. By doing that, he compromises the credibility and the integrity of the board. He brings administration of justice into disrepute as a member of the Police Services Board, and he causes concern among segments of the community who have seen disproportionate laying of charges against them, incarceration against them. He's basically saying, if you have been accused, you should stay in jail until you have your trial. That could go up to 30 months. So there are significant policy issues, credibility issues related to the board, civilian governance, and credibility of the entire criminal justice system that have been called into question by, he may have genuinely thought he was engaging in a public comment in a private capacity or in a different capacity. The point is, he is a member of the Police Services Board, and he cannot separate himself from that and go off and make comments as he
And we're seeing one of those tweets from September 22nd, which is the day in question when the justice offered that bail to this accused, and the mayor weighed in on it. Other elected officials weighed in that day as well. So that one tweet that we brought up there is part of this complaint by the Law Union of Ontario. We reached out to the mayor's staff for a statement, and we received this. It reads in full: Mayor Tory was expressing his personal opinion as an elected official on serious public matters, as he is expected to do on a daily basis. He continues to believe, as he has for many years, that when someone on a serious criminal charge is granted bail, the reasons for that bail should not be covered by a publication ban. Greater transparency on the part of the judicial system, including making all or part of the reasons for a bail decision public for the media to report immediately, will contribute to the legitimacy of those difficult decisions in the eyes of the public and can at the same time protect the right to a fair trial. Now, as he has said many times, the mayor truly believes the present workings of the bail system are eroding public confidence in the justice system. Howard, your thoughts on this statement?
Well, let me say, first of all, with respect to public confidence, I don't believe many members of the public are aware that in Ontario, the prison population of the entire province is made up of persons who are presumed to be innocent. They haven't had their trials. They're awaiting their trials. So any suggestion that our bail law or any aspect of our bail law is too easy and contrary to the public interest is ridiculous and demonstrates a lack of knowledge about how our bail system works. We have a very tough bail system in Ontario and in Canada, as a matter of fact. But I'd like to add this, if I can. Alok has mentioned the various 5 breaches that we say occurred with respect to the basis for our complaint. But almost as upsetting as that is the fact that no one from the Attorney General's office or the Attorney General herself, no one from the Crown Attorney's office, no one from City Council, and no one from the Police Service Board disavowed themselves from highly prejudicial Charter of Right statements that jeopardized the accused's right to a fair trial, insulted a very learned Superior Court judge, and led the public to believe we have an easy bail system. We do not. So I'm not surprised at Mr. Tory's response or his office's response, but what more can I say? What did you expect? He cannot take his Police Service Board hat off and say, oh, wait a minute. I'm just speaking as a citizen, or I'm just speaking as a mayor. He's a member of the board. He took an oath of office. There is a code of conduct for board members, and our complaint alleges that he breached both his oath and the code of conduct.
If I may add to that, Reshmi, very quickly, the mayor is not required by the Police Services Act of Ontario to be a member of the Police Services Board. He made a decision to exercise his option to join the Police Services Board. Once he has done that, he is obligated to follow that code of conduct and that oath of office. If he feels that strongly about this issue, and as he has said in his statement, that he is not speaking as a Board of Police Services Board member, but by law, he cannot separate himself from that. Then he has to think very seriously about whether he wants to or he should remain on the board if he's going to engage in a personal crusade of this kind.
What about the mayor's point when it comes to a lack of transparency about how these bail decisions are made? How do you feel about that, Alok?
Well, as Howard is the criminal lawyer. He has been the Director of Prosecutions of Ontario before. He knows this much better than I do. I understand that judges have very strict rules and guidelines that they are required to follow when considering bail. And it's not like popcorn that they throw around. And I worry when the mayor spreads that impression and the premier joins him in doing that, and another mayor, that of Brampton, joins them in doing that, that they are sowing seeds of doubt in the public mind that something is grievously wrong with the criminal justice system. The onus is on these public figures, the premier, the mayor, and the mayor, to produce some study, not their personal opinion or impression, and claim that there's an issue. Where is the evidence? Let them produce the evidence. But if they're going to do that, as in this case, Mayor Tory, member of the Police Services Board, he has to go to the board and say there's a serious public policy issue around our criminal justice system. I want us to do something about it based on evidence, research, and analysis. If he wants to ride his own private hobby horse, he should get out of the board and do so. He can't have his cake and eat it too in this instance.
Well, we will continue to follow this story. It's a fascinating conversation. Alok Mukherjee and Howard Morton, thank you for making time for CP24 tonight.
Thanks.